clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talking me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm a champion. The game is in trouble, I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle, I got it for real. Still keep me going, I wake up and hustle, you won't see me buckle, I've been in the field. Man of the town, you been in your fields, I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty, either that or your tragedy, we shutting everything down. I've been hot like somebody put a candle on them. Off top, I don't really stand opponents, this mine, the moment is run out and start a bunch of pandemonium. More game, I got some, the skill is bar one, y'all done, the game in the coffin. Referee screen, rest in peace, and think twice if you next to me, it's West. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean, this for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm a champion. It's our repetition, I'm stacking these trophies, I'm good with addition. I spit like a pastor, I give you the vision. Up early morning, enough for the sleep in my life is a dream, but you wishing you lived it. Haters get livid, my pocket's Pacific, that's deep if you get it. So Tempur-Pedic, I sleep on the critics, don't feel like competing, I'm hearing these crickets. Whoa, let me switch the flow, a new bounce. Coming to the den with a lion, I'm gon' pounce. Know I've been a king for a while, got a ring and a crown, that's the bling with the blow. What the team is about, champions. You can tell by the ambience of this sound. Referee screen, rest in peace, and think twice if you never see me, it's no doubt. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. If you talking and talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean, this for my city, yeah, this for my team.
Wait, put it away, 'cause you don't hustle, I came from the bottom of my way. You ain't done it so many times, now you know we well. Making a move, this is the life that I choose. What else do I gotta lose? Thinking I'm walking my shoes, no.
Oh, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to NYYU, baby! Oh, the New York Yankees, folks. I don't know if they know what the hell is going on, but they got work to do, baby. Big news today in Major League Baseball. The probably top target, I would say. I think that's fair to say, right? The top target for first base is now off the board. So anybody out there who wanted probably the best defensive first baseman in all of baseball, that person is now gone. Of course, that person being Sir Christian Walker. And we could just, we're going to be talking, we're going to be showing some Bob Nightingale today, right? So a little Bob Nightingale love today. What up, chat? How we doing, everybody? Quincy Braswell, what up, The Who? What is going on, L.I. Yankee King? What's up, my guy? Hirsch, the legendary one. Uncle Dom, LV. Nick the Gamer, what up? Jacob Patrussi, what's going on, Patrussi? Anthony Medina, the one and only.
El Diablo.
Kyle Malay, what up, my guy? How you doing, brother? Chris Place, what up, Chris? Chris Perez Jr., Luis Rosario, what up, what up? What up? Macho King, you know I got my
Cup of coffee in the big time, yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
The original mug. If you know, baby. This thing goes back in the day. Oh, this baby goes back like a good old backhand, okay? Ah, that's good. Oh, that's good. We got a super duper ooper chat.
Thank you for being a friend.
Well, the message is gone. So Zilla, I don't know if you just want to throw it in there as a regular chat, but I don't see it no more. My guy says message retracted. So if you just want to throw it in there again, I'll get to it, or however you want to each his own. To each his own. But is this decaf? Decaf? Is this decaf? 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 What the hell is decaf? No, I don't drink decaf. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. What are we doing over here? Well, folks, there it is. This was the big news in Major League Baseball today. Not a ton of news out there. Christian Walker has agreed to a 3-year, $60 million contract with the Houston Astros. Ken Rosenthal at the time was the one, I believe, that maybe broke that. I think it was him. I don't know. I really don't care, to be honest with you. Here was what Zilla was trying to say. Got retracted. But Zilla, I got you, brother. All right? I got you over here. Oops, I deleted on accident. I'd rather trade for Yandy, Naylor, or Lowe. I agree with that. But right now, this show today, because it seems like the Goldie stuff is starting to get a little more attention. You know what I mean? There's more talks now about Paul Goldschmidt. Apparently he has quite a bit of interest, if you want to believe his agent or whoever the hell reported it. But we'll get to some stuff. We'll look at Paul Goldschmidt. We'll do some stuff looking around at a couple of different things and go from there. But Aiden says, hey guys, mean forever. I love the channel. Haven't had the time to grind of baseball. Go Yankees. Is it impossible to trade away Marcus Stroman? Go Yanks. Kind of surprised Marcus Stroman kind of hasn't been out there yet, but yeah, I believe Marcus Stroman's still going to be traded. Maybe he doesn't and they hold on to him. I don't know why. The starting pitching market is slowly starting to lose a lot of the free agents out there, and some teams that miss, well, Marcus Stroman could work out well for some teams. Roman, my guy, says, do you think we can move Stroh for Nolan? Nah, not for Nolan, but yes, we could definitely move Stroh. David says, Pete drinks high-energy coffee. You better believe it. I drink rocket fuel, baby. Steelio, what's up, my brother? But getting back to what I was saying, when I saw the deal, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I just wonder how many of you feel, if you guys feel the same way as I do. When I saw the deal being, 3 years? I throw it on 3 years, $60 million with Houston. That's $20 million a season. I said it the other day when I was live. When I was in New York, I got some good information on a couple of things. My understanding is the Yankees were at 2 years with an option when it comes to Christian Walker. 3 years, $60 million, $20 mil a pop. It's not crazy. Now I know there would be tax there'd be tax issues there if the Yankees did that deal. So I understand that in a sense, but can I just say something really quickly here to everybody? And I don't know if maybe some of you are going to agree. Maybe some of you are not going to agree. Maybe some of you go, Pete, I don't agree with that. We just lost Juan fucking Soto to the Mets. Whether he left for top dollar or not, he left for top dollar. But anyway, we got smacked around by the little brother Mets. We're really going to sit back now and go, tax implications. Take the tax, Hal, and shove it up your fucking ass. I just got done saying how much I love you, how much I want to see you guys succeed. But Lord have mercy, we just lost Juan Soto. I don't want to get into this budgeting bullshit right now. We just went to a World Series. Don't let us lose this shit now. I don't want to deal with this nonsense. Oh, well, we didn't want to. And look, let me just say something real quick. I'm not angry that the Yankees lost out on Walker. I'm not here ripping my hair out about Christian Walker. Oh, my God, I'm panicking. No. It doesn't matter. I don't care about panicking about Christian Walker. Okay, the Yankees had a chance. They passed. There's still a lot of people out there. Kev says, Pete, it's the holidays. Hal is saving money. You better believe he is. But look, here's the deal at the end of the day, folks. That really bothers me. It just upsets me and it angers me because, when I was talking about Walker and I brought up that, you guys remember that little chart I brought up that shows you how friggin' good this guy is defensively? I mean, he's the best defender by far. It's not even close. He is by far the best defensive first baseman. And I happen to like defense at first base. This has been my motto for a long time. I'm not one of those guys that just plug anybody over there. Never been my thing. Now, if you're some phenomenal offensive talent and we need you at first base, okay, I can make the exception. But the Yankees lose out on Walker because at the end of the day, they still lost out on him. And I know some people are saying, well, Pete, he's older. He's going to be 34 years old. Well, look, if the offense struggled a bit and the glove is what it is and the glove maintains, he's worth his money. And let me tell you something. Yankee Stadium, right-handed hitters, left center field. It's a bigger outfield, it's a little wider. In Minute Maid Park, it's a great contract, man. Let me tell you something. Christian Walker probably went to the right place, to be fair. He's probably going to friggin' go off in Minute Maid Park. Those Crawford boxes are right there, over his shoulder, basically. It's right there.
Thank you for being a friend.
I got that gabagool. Rich Squires says Belly at first, Martian in center, Everson Pereira in left. We can't go back to shopping at Dollar General for aging players. This is about the second person today. This is about the second person I've seen today that are saying, Pete, forget about everybody. Just plug in Oswald Peraza at second base. Put Ben Rice at first base. Or sign Anthony Rizzo again. What are we doing here? I like Everson Pereira as much as the next guy, potentially. He has shown nothing. He's had injuries, back-to-back, multiple injuries. You want to just plug him in left field? What are we doing here, folks? That's what the team just missed winning a World Series. Are we just giving up at this point? I'm good, everybody. Thank you for asking, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well, too. Christmas next week, folks. It's the most wonderful time of the year. But going back to our good friend, Bob Nightingale, he says the Yankees were interested in Walker, too, but didn't want to lose a draft pick in compensation. Fucking hell! They still are focused on Paul Goldschmidt and Carlos Santana. Again, Yankees. I'm sorry to tell you guys, this is not the year to be worried. This is not the year to be worried about draft picks. Fuck the draft picks. Take the draft picks and shove them up your fucking ass. For real, I'm sick of this nonsense. We were literally 3 wins away from a World Series, and you guys are worried about who you signed because of draft picks? Draft picks? That's some of this is the team that's some of the one of the best teams at international free agent signing. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. And I know Roki could be on the way if we want to play this game of charades. I don't believe it until it actually says breaking news, Roki's a Yankee. Other than that, I don't buy it. Is it awesome that they get to sit down face-to-face with him? They got a meeting? Cool, because Dave Dombrowski said the Phillies didn't get that chance, so maybe Roki is considering coming to New York. But Philadelphia, New York, not really far apart, so maybe he does have a little bit of interest in saying, hey, what can these Yanks do for me? Let's find out. But this is the big thing right now out there in Twitter world and, you know, in general when you look at where the Yankees are currently, and I'm going to throw this on the screen for you guys. This is what everybody's talking about, and there's a reason everybody's talking about this. It's right. The Yankees' defensive alignment. Right now, you know, they probably need 2 infielders. A third baseman, a second baseman, or a first baseman. You know, two of the 3 is what the Yankees are definitely gonna need. You look around, I got Bellinger in center field. I'd honestly be very surprised if he's not the center fielder for the Yankees. I know he can play first. Maybe if they don't find anybody, they'll plug him out there. But again, left to right, I got Dominguez, Bellinger, Judge, and this could change, of course, and around the horn. Jazz, who can also play third base, second base if they get a third baseman. Anthony Volpe, we know, is the shortstop, open position over there at second base. And then also at first base, DH Big G, and catching, of course, is Austin Wells. But this team, you can see where it's going to be a better club. You can see it and look at it and go, you know what? There's some stuff here that I like. It just depends on what the other moves are. David Miser, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Israel Santana. Hey, Pete, what do you think about Bregman? Well, Bregman, I know that's just a spelling error there. You know, I've talked about Bregman often. If the Yankees are concerned, it looks like right now maybe they're not too interested in adding salary. I don't see Bregman as being a possibility. I don't think that's the case now. If the Yankees got Bregman and then they said we're just going to sign a Carlos Santana Goldie or maybe make a trade for a Nate Lowe, a Yandy Diaz, it's a much better team. I mean, it is a much improved club. Do I believe they're going to go out there and get Bregman? I don't know. To be quite honest with you guys, I don't know. I don't know. I got no idea. But this guy, I don't know, Jira deleted that, but he said, hey, you got rid of Nestor. Good job, Pete. I got rid of Nestor? What the hell did I do? I like Nestor. I have a couple of drinks with Nestor. It's my guy. I happen to like Nestor Cortez. Let me switch on over to Goldie, guys. This is the one a lot of people are talking about right now. He's gaining a lot of traction out there. Paul Goldschmidt is a guy gaining a lot of traction out there. And if anybody didn't know this, I tried to find maybe something positive for you guys. When it comes to Goldie, his last 30 games of the year, I think he hit over 300. Not a lot of power, though. It's kind of like he's kind of, the power was kind of out, but then he started ripping the ball to right field, left field, and all that. But look, man, we know he's 37 years old. We know some of the concerns there with Paul Goldschmidt. Now, some people are talking about, hey, Pete, he's going to platoon. I'm sorry to tell you. I think there's enough interest in Paul Goldschmidt on a one-year deal for many clubs that he's not going to platoon with the Yankees. I see some people, and look, I do want to say one thing. Like I say, guys, there's sometimes when I go to New York, I get some good information. I was told that the Yankees are serious about potentially starting Ben Rice at first base, that they really feel he's an offensive presence and he'll make it known. But, you know, I've heard some stuff about the platoon stuff that's been out there by some beat writers. I don't think Paul Goldschmidt's a guy that's going to sign and go, yeah, no problem, I'll platoon at this part of my career. I don't think that's going to happen. David Miser, my guy.
You're the best
Around. Nothing's going to ever keep you down. You're the best. What am I doing here? Let me, stupid camera, why you fucking with me for, you son of a bitch? There we go. With the open positions left, would you be okay with more defense and average offense? The Giants won their 3 World Series. Well, they also had a basic MVP candidate in there too, and they had some good hitting. They had clutch hitting also. So I don't think that's the best comparison on planet Earth for both for that. But look, man. But the Yankees have a chance to have a decent offensive team. It's just a move they're going to make. They can't shy away now, and that's what concerns me. Look, I'm going to say something about Brian Cashman. You know what worries me about Brian Cashman? And I don't want this to come across as bad because Brian Cashman has a long history of trades. He has a long history of being a GM and a general manager. Very rarely, though, does Brian Cashman make a trade that is us giving up quite a bit, and maybe we're getting somebody that's cost controlled for years to come, or a younger talent. Now, I know you got examples. Obviously, I understand that, but this year is like, it's that time to do something like that. I'm not taking nothing away from the Cody Bellinger deal. I like the Cody Bellinger deal. I think Brian Cashman did a phenomenal job there. But let's remember something here. It's an easy trade to make. And what I mean by that is you're taking money. So a team is looking at it going, you know, we value him, but we value getting rid of this money more. So it's very easy to go, goodbye, there you go, that's yours. I almost want to see Brian Cashman make a gutsy, ballsy move here and go, hey, if there's this guy that's out there that's available that I know could really help our team, a Nate Lowe or Yandy Diaz or whatever other trade could be out there, you know what? Let's do it, man. Let's give a little more up. And I know that the Yankees got to get right by the deal. No. I'm not saying the Yankees should take a lashing here about a deal. All I'm simply saying is take a risk. Take a risk on somebody that maybe has 2 years, 3 years. And if you got to give up a good young starting pitcher or a couple of prospects, maybe now's the time to do something like that is all I'm saying. That's all I'm trying to say is that maybe now's the time to take a risk and do something like that instead of saying DJ LeMahieu. I mean, are you guys waiting to hear that name like I am? I mean, is that coming next? We got DJ LeMahieu, so I think we're okay. Be a little risky, man. Take a risk, take a chance. And again, Brian Cashman has made these type of deals before. He's been around forever. Maybe he could do it again. But the two big names again right now that are being discussed, Paul Goldschmidt and Carlos Santana. Now, Carlos Santana is a guy that I don't know if maybe he'd be a little more open to a platoon. I think against right-handers, he didn't do too well. I don't think he did too well there against right-handers, so maybe that platoon with a Ben Rice would work. His glove is exceptional. Again, a Gold Glove winner just this year. If you look right over there, you can see in range at first base, he was top 97 percentile. So, a guy that could use the leather with the best of them. And again, 23 bombs last year, 238, 328, 420, 748 across the board. That's my thing with a guy like Carlos Santana. Look, are you getting this guy to become a champion or let me rephrase that. Are you getting this guy for him to win an MVP or to carry your offense? No, not at all. You're getting for him to field and make the plays in the field. But you got some Yankee fans sitting back going, nah. Wait a second here. Wait a second here, buddy. If that's the case, people, let's just bring back Anthony Rizzo. When the ball hits the sky like a bigger the pizza the pie, that's a Rizzo. I can't get with that, folks. I can't get with that. And Pizza Minetti's a little Italian bias at times, okay? But I can't get with that. I can't. Look, man, it's the same thing. Somebody said to me yesterday, well, Pete, didn't you like the way that Gleyber Torres looked? And I said, yeah, I did. I liked the way he looked in the postseason. I wasn't too upset with the way Gleyber Torres played ball, not at all. But I just want difference. I don't want the same. I really want to look at that infield and go, wow, it's completely different. That's what I want to take a look at. I don't know about you guys, but it feels stale. To bring Gleyber back or to bring Rizzo back right now, it just feels stale. If the Yankees won the World Series, hell, maybe, especially with Gleyber, but it just comes across as stale to me. It doesn't feel right. It just doesn't make enough sense for me to say, let's go that route and bring him back. Out of these three guys that I mentioned, I'm going to just say something real quick about Paul Goldschmidt. Now, if somebody were to tell me, Pete, they get Goldie, he hits 20 homers, hits 240, would I be shocked by that? No. Maybe Paul Goldschmidt will have a little bit of a booster, so to say, playing for the New York Yankees, like a second wind playing for the Yankees. Now, one of the things you need to remember about Paul Goldschmidt, folks, apparently he does some offseason workouts with Aaron Judge. So if Aaron Judge likes him, he could very well be a Yankee. Aaron Judge typically, hey, I want this guy here. And then the guy hits 210 and Aaron Judge goes, keep playing him. It's all right. Aaron Judge, I love you, brother, but you're not the GM. Can you let them do their job? Thank you. Give your input, and that should be it. They shouldn't be making decisions based off your recommendations. I'm sorry. Because Alex Verdugo was yours, buddy. And let's be honest here. Thank God they got Bellinger, because hopefully you're not in center field next year. You can go back to right field where you belong, where you're one of the best in the game. At the end of the day, you're a player. Insight is cute. The guy's getting paid to make these decisions, to be making these decisions. That's it. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say, damn it. And then, of course, Carlos Santana. Out of all these guys, Goldie, Santana, Rizzo, I'm going to keep it $150 with you guys, man. I think I go back to Mr. Carlos Santana with his guitar to play first base for the Yankees. And it looks like the chat may have agreed with me. 68% of you say you would go with Carlos Santana as the first baseman if those guys are your choices. I don't think the Yankees go to Anthony Rizzo, but I would never be surprised if they did. That wouldn't shock me one bit. But we had 385 votes on that. 67% of you go with Carlos Santana. And I did have this prepared just in case. And again, guys, you know when I throw these lineups out there, you guys could kind of mix and match it however you like. I just put it out there to put it out there for you guys. But I made this lineup right here. Let's take a look at that. Of course, that includes Carlos Santana as the first baseman, and then you just got to figure out second base, third base, whatever it may be. But I do believe if they got Carlos Santana, he probably bats more towards the bottom of that lineup. But you got Anthony Volpe, Cody Bellinger, Aaron Judge, Big G, Jazz, Jason Dominguez, Austin Wells, Carlos Santana, Oswaldo Cabrera. Again, I think it just depends on who's at second or third base, what the Yankees do there. If it's a guy like Bregman, it could be even a better lineup. Bregman could then lead off and you switch him and Anthony Volpe. And you could have Bregman, Bellinger, Judge, Stanton, Jazz, Dominguez, Wells, Santana, Volpe. I mean, that would be a really, really, really nice lineup. That would be a nice lineup. But it all depends on what's the next move for the Yankees. I think, again, if you guys remember when Stanton, Soto left and he signed with the Mets. And I sat there and said, I think we're going to know a lot about what the Yankees are going to do based off the next move. And then I said, I think, smack that like button, guys. I then said, I think that Fried will be signed in 48 hours because then they could trade pitching and do all that fun stuff. Well, they still got, they did trade pitching, right? They got the airbender. But I feel like the same thing is going to happen now. If the Yankees go for a free agent first baseman, you take your mind off of Nate Lowe, Yandy Diaz, and those names, and then you'll look at a second baseman or a third baseman. Bregman's name will probably come up a whole lot at that point. Hasn't signed yet. I don't know how much interest he has, but he hasn't signed yet anywhere. And that's going to probably tell you what is going to be next, obviously, for the Yankees, because it's just going to clear out a bunch of names that are out there. Luis Soto, at first I was like, Luis Soho, what's up, my brother? Cashman needs to trade Hal for Steve Cohen. Damn. I'll be honest with you, brother. I'm all right with Hal. I think he still has some stuff to do, and, he went hard for Soto. He did. I'm going to give him his time. They still got time. Him and Cashman still got time. Big Sexy Yankee says the lineup sucks. All right. Okay. Vladdy P says that lineup looks icky to me. There's a lot of hoping instead of knowing. Let me tell you guys something. I don't think you could find knowing when you lose Soto. It's going to have to be with a little bit of hope for the Yankees. I don't know. I don't know. What people are expecting could happen here. Who's available that I don't know about? That would make it we know this lineup's going to be good. Who is it? Keeping it 100. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's somebody I'm missing. But are there these offensive players that are available that the Yankees can just go out there and grab? And you look at the lineup and go, wow, this lineup's phenomenal. I don't know. Carlos says, what about Belly as leadoff? I do believe the Yankees could go Belly Judge because they did the 1-2 before. But I think with the success we saw from Soto, and I know Bellinger or no lefty is Soto, I'd keep it the same way. I would try to keep it the same way. Bregman at third base, Jazz at second, Santana at first, vastly improved infield defense. I agree 100%. I think that makes a lot of moves. Sign Tucker next year and move Belly to first. Again, we're looking at 2026. I like to talk about 2025. Tucker was the player that would have made an incredible lineup. I agree, but Brian Cashman, again, didn't want to give up Louis Heel. If Louis Heel was offered, I know there was some people out there saying that no, Heel was offered. Heel was never offered. He was never offered to the Houston Astros, folks. Anybody saying that he was offered, it's complete, utter bullshit. It's that simple. He was never offered in a deal. If Louis Heel was offered in a deal, folks, the New York Yankees would have Kyle Tucker because that's a win all day for Houston. They'll say, hey, they got to re-sign this guy. We just got the rookie of the year. Come on now. Rod Thompson. Pete, what are we doing? Walker on a 3-year deal at 20 per was a good idea. It is. It is, Rod. You know, that's why I kind of came on here, and I'm not going to beat up Brian Cashman. I'm not going to beat up Hal Steinbrenner. They got time to do some stuff. And like I said, look, the free agent market isn't sexy. It's not a sexy free agent market. It's just not. And there are, to the Yankees' credit, there are a lot of options that we know of to be available at first base via free agency and trade. So I don't think I've seen people panicking about the Walker deal and go, oh my God, the offseason's done. And I'm sitting there going, I'm like, not really, folks. Like, hold on a second. Calm down. I get it. I understand. I feel you. Trust me. Walker would have been a solid addition to this club at 3 years, $20 million a pop. It's not bad. I know the tax implications, the draft shit, all that. I get it. I understand that, but you know what I mean? With that lineup, we're eliminated in the first round. All right, cool. Well, what lineup are we supposed to get that we're not? That's what I like to know. And Darius says it right there, and I don't disagree with him. I don't see Bregman because he got the qualifying offer, and the Yankees don't want to lose that. They don't want to lose another pick. So I don't see Bregman for multiple. I don't see him for the commitment, and I don't see him for the qualifying offer. So I don't think Bregman's going to be really the way. 62 likes away from 200, folks. Smacky that likey. Hitty that sub.
Tommy likey. Tommy want wingy.
Yeah, and I know some people have asked me also about Pete Alonso. I do not see Pete Alonso happening at all. That just doesn't make any sense to me. You know, when the Yankees, the Yankees just have the opportunity to do something significant. And the one thing I will not take away from Brian Cashman is he does lay in the weeds and makes deals out of nowhere. I'd be very comfortable with the Yankees just staying off of the free agent market. I've said that for a while. I'd be very comfortable with that. But one of the things I also said when I mentioned that is it worries me because I don't know if Cashman could be creative enough. And I don't want to, I don't want to rip this guy apart for no reason right now because he made a couple of good moves. Airbender was out of nowhere. The Bellinger trade was a solid move. But I really feel like if there was ever a time for the Yankees to go out there and make some smart trades, now is the time, especially being creative, especially just giving up some prospects. I mean, maybe now is the time. Well, holding on to Will Warren. Does nobody want him? I mean, put him in a fucking can and then let him go, baby. Let's make some sort of deal here. But Luis Soto again says, what player can we get that get us a PD party? A PD party is happening on March 29th, by the way, Yankee Stadium Audi Club. So just so everybody's aware, you get your tickets today. PD Club. The PD Club is the new Audi Club. PD Party Club. PPC. March 29th, ladies and gentlemen, get your damn tickets. Get your tickets today. Also, too, the one thing I forgot to mention about Paul Goldie, he strikes out a shit ton. I don't know if you want to go ahead and throw somebody into that strikes out as much as he does, but he strikes out a lot. He strikes out a lot. So I don't know if that's the sexiest move, but I got a question to ask you guys. I got a question to ask the chat. And I'm going to get to your guys' voicemails and all that fun stuff here momentarily, but I got a question for you guys. What trade would you like to see the Yankees make? Is there a player that maybe nobody's talking about that you can see a deal happening? What do you guys think? Because, you know about the Yandy Diaz's, right? You know about Nate Lowe, but is there a second baseman out there that people are talking about? I don't know. Michael Allen, Luis Ariz isn't going to happen. You want to know why I know Luis Ariz isn't going to happen? Yankees never tried to get him before. Every time he's been available, they never had interest. Brandon Lau would be a really solid move for the Yankees. Ketel Marte, Ketel Marte, that's a tough one, man. I don't see that happening, and trust me, man, I've been a fan of that dude he's another player that I got videos of way back of Yankees, go get this guy. Big fan of Ketel Marte. Great player. But again, this guy was an MVP candidate. I mean, I don't see he has a great contract. I don't see the Diamondbacks saying, let's make this deal. Brendan Donovan or Lau, both of those guys would be amazing, man. Vladdy, says DJ Steels, as much as you guys have heard me hype that move up and hope it could happen, I don't think that's happening. The Rambo says Roki is committed to the Yankees. I would say I highly doubt that until I see it. I even if somebody that I really trust is like, hey, Roki's going to go to the Yankees, I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. I don't know. I want to let myself be really shocked by that one. I'll have a PD party right here live if the Yankees got Roki. Nate Lowe and Luis Rengifo. Yankees were trying to get him a little bit last time. That wouldn't be terrible. Ben Rice, Will Warren, and Marcus Stroman for Nate Lowe. Hey, man, I'd be okay with that deal. Now, the problem is with Texas. Would Texas simply go, yeah, no problem, brother. Let's go ahead and take on that $18 million. If you're trading a guy like Lowe, who is a really good ball player that more than likely a lot of teams are going to be interested in, I believe I don't think they're going to want to take on any type of money. The thing is, if they spent any international money on Walker, they wouldn't have enough for Sasaki. I don't even know where the Yankees are right now with international money, to be honest with you. Any info on Teoscar Hernandez? I'm happy you bring up Teoscar, Steelio. I'm happy you bring him up. Let me tell you why I'm happy you bring up Teoscar. I was seeing something recently saying that Teoscar Hernandez is willing to sign like a 3-year deal at in the low 20-something million a year. I'm like, and I know he's the same situation, qualifying offer and all that, but not a good defender at all. I understand that. And he might be a situation where you say put Judge in left and put him in right field to kind of protect him a little bit. I don't know if they would do that. They're at 1.7 right now. Okay. All right. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. I saw that somewhere about Teoscar, 3 years, something like that, and it's not going to be a ton of money, well over $100 million, which I kind of find that troubling. I think it probably will go over 100. But if it doesn't, Teoscar's a sexy bat to put in that lineup, man. Teoscar's a sexy bat to put in that lineup. That's a tough one. Fib says per Feinstein, so maybe that was Feinstein that said that, but wow, man, if Teoscar at the low 20s, low commitment, 3 years, something happened to G, typically spend some time, boom, got a DH. Teoscar hit with the best of them, man. He had a big year last year. 840 OPS, 501 slugging, 339 on base percentage, 272 average, 33 bombs, 12 stolen bags. Teoscar, not a bad ball player. I would look, that's, and who just said that? Rafael Hernandez. Matter of fact, I saw a lot of you mention Carlos Correa. Let me say something about Carlos Correa. That's kind of like one of the deals I'm talking about. And I know people are going to go, yeah, Pete, but there's a commitment there. Yeah, there is a commitment there, but it's risky. And I almost feel like the Yankees got to go a little risky. I don't think he's going to take as much pitching as you'd expect. Maybe, you know, Will Warren and a couple of other pitching prospects, or, you know, I don't know. I hate getting into what is a trade going to cost. I don't know. But, you know, something like a Carlos Correa. Maybe they take back Marcus Stroman. Stroman in, you know, Target Field or whatever the hell it is. Not a terrible idea. I could see something like that maybe, but would the Yankees do that? And I have trouble believing that they would. Vladdy P says, what about Xander? No. You don't want Xander Bogaerts right now. Why is Roki not a true free agent? What's the process? Well, how it goes, my friend, is Roki had something in his contract similar to what Shohei Ohtani had, where before he hits the 6 years of playing internationally, he would allow himself to be posted. Because he's under 26, he has the rule in play where he'd have to be posted as basically international free agent. So his team doesn't really get dick for this. So that's the reason that's in place, because the teams want to make money when the player leaves. And Faroki had that clause in his contract where he's allowed to leave when he wants, and they were able to grant it and figure it out and let him go. So this process is different. He is not a free agent. I saw some people bring that up, but correct. Yes, he is not a free agent at all. Very, very different. Big Sexy Yankee says, Volpe, Belly, Judge, Lowe, Stanton, Dominguez. Wow, what's so different than the lineup that I put up there than that one? Nate Lowe? That's the only difference? You think Nate Lowe is that much of a difference maker? I mean, that lineup ain't much different than the one I put up there, brother. You're talking about, damn, we got to get a much better one here, brother. That ain't too different than the one that I had on there. Not too much. Decent, but I like Nate Lowe, don't get me wrong, but my man, well, first round exit, Pete. First round exit. Yanks fan 84 says, my friend keeps saying the Yankees should bring back Verdugo. Can you tell him why he's so wrong? Yeah, give me a second. There we go. That's why. Hey, yo, look at that. That's why. I mean, look, I like Alex Verdugo. If the Yankees got some, you know, if the Yankees made a let's say, for an example, the Yankees traded Jason Dominguez in a big deal for a big name in the infield that nobody thought about. Would I be mad if the Yankees brought back Verdugo then? No, because he's a great defender. He could play left field with the best of them. The Yankees' outfield defense would be phenomenal. They'd have the best outfield defense in all of baseball. So I'd be okay with that. But where it is right now, nah, man. That to me, that ain't the move, man. To me, that is not the move. He just didn't show enough with the bat to stay here. And I know there was rumors about, you know, some injuries that he had during the year that he played through and this and that, but that's a tough one. That's a tough one for me. And like I said, man, my only way that I would consider bringing him back is just because of that. The Yankees made some big-ass trade out of nowhere, I don't know, for a really good first baseman, a third baseman, a second baseman that nobody's thinking about. And Jason Dominguez had to be in a deal. Why not bring Verdugo back? You know he could play in New York. You know how good his glove is in left field defensively. That's the only situation where I think I could see that and go, that's okay. I could live with that. That's the only situation I could do that. Let's start getting to your guys' voicemails, baby. Here we go.
Hey, Pete. This is Brandon. I've been
What up,
following
man?
you for a while. Since
Okay.
your Seminary source days, actually.
Hey, yo.
Big fan of the show. Congrats on all your success.
Thank you, man.
I love what you do. But anyway, I just have a comment and a question. So
Yes, sir.
right now, I really don't know. I really don't like the offense. I don't like the lineup. Soto leaving for the Mets, obviously, huge loss, as you've said many times.
Yeah.
I think the lineup isn't it, even though Bellinger is a good player. I don't know who's going to hit in the playoffs. So my question to you is, if you're the GM, you know, what would be the moves you would make either now or at the trade deadline that would elevate this team to a World Series contender or even a World Series favorite, in your opinion? Interested to know what you think. Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Great call. And I'm going to hold on to your call here for just 1 second here. Big Sexy Yankee says, Nate Lowe, superstar in the making, home runs average on base percentage. Brother, I'm sorry to tell you, I'm a fan of Nate Lowe, but I think you're pushing him a little too far here, my friend. He's 29 years old. He could be coming into his own now, but Nate Lowe hit 27 homers back in 2022 and never came close to that type of stuff again in 2 years. And I don't want this to sound like Pete Simonetti shitting on Nate Lowe. He'd be my number one choice for first baseman. If I had to choose somebody that could be available, Nate Lowe would be my guy, and I'm willing to trade quite a bit for him. But when you're going up on saying Nate Lowe superstar, I would definitely take a breather and a step back on saying a superstar. I think he could be very, very good. I think he could be really good with the Yankees. I really do. I like Nate Lowe a lot, but let's dial it back on superstar type stuff. But what my friend just said before on that great voicemail, man, and I love hearing some of you guys talk about that you follow me from way back in the day, because it's just been such a friggin' journey since then, man. It has been such a long journey since where we are right now. We're closing in on 40,500 already, so almost at 41. Maybe by the end of the month, I don't know. Maybe at the end of the month already, we're at 41,000 to begin 2025. But you know what's interesting? I think the biggest move the Yankees could make could potentially be the move they don't make right now. And as much as I don't want to say that either, and I don't think anybody wants to say that, I definitely don't want to say it. I don't want to be that person talking about that. I think the biggest move maybe they make is at the deadline. The Yankees save their prospects. They hold on to these guys. And maybe then the Cubs are out of it. They got to deal Tucker. Maybe the Blue Jays are out of it and Bo or Vlad's available. You know, that's all I'm saying on that, man. I don't know. Other than that, man, it's really, really tough. And as Hirsch just said, Spencer Jones' trade value is also not as high. I mean, Baseball America tore him a new asshole. I don't know if you guys know that, but I tell this story a couple of times. I remember when John Brophy put out his end of the year prospect rankings, and he demoted Spencer Jones quite a bit. And I was getting messages from people going, Pete, how did he drop him so low? And I'm like, look, John knows his shit. And it just confirmed that John knew his shit because Baseball America ripped him up. Baseball America ripped him up. I think he got dropped to like 6 or 7 on the Yankees' top prospects. So, you know, as much as I do want to see Brian Cashman get creative, the big names that we're looking for, in reality, they just may not be out there. And I look, it's not MLB The Show. I know we live in a world now where we believe, hey, a team like the Diamondbacks, who just went to the World Series a couple of years ago, yeah, they'll trade their best players, won't they? No. Why would they? Why would they? You know what I mean? That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Not at all. That's a good one right there too, Darius. I've heard a lot about Lamont Wade Jr. Plays first base. I think he might play some outfield too, if I remember well, but Lamont Wade Jr., of course, as you take a look at his numbers right there, could be sneaky good, man. 30 years old, hitting that prime of his career. There you go. I mean, look at the numbers last year. 331 at-bats only, 260 average, 380 on-base percentage. The on-base percentage last 2 years have been very nice. So again, man, these are sneaky good players, and this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. Not a great defender, but these are the type of things that I'm talking about, are maybe something a little more creative. And again, we don't know what the Yankees are looking for. We don't know what the Yankees are talking about. You know, we don't know what moves are, you know, have been worked on or they're trying to work on. We don't know any of that, but I think there's also a lot of good potentially out there that the Yankees could still get done. Big Sexy Yankee says Josh Naylor hit 32 home runs in a pitcher's park. Imagine New York. You know, I've soured on Naylor a bit. I know I talked about him here recently, but I've soured on him a little bit, man. He's a fucking nut. He's a nut. I seen that one video when he hit the homer and he's acting a damn fool, and I think I don't know what it was, but I don't know. I don't know if Naylor really fits the Yankees. I don't know. He's just one of those guys where it's like, bro, I don't know if I really want you putting on pinstripes. Like, I don't know if I really want you putting on pinstripes, man. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you.
Oh, you bastards! Why are you torturing me like this? Why?
Exactly, damn it. Don't torture me. Let's keep it going, guys. Voicemail open 804-592-6160. Let's get it.
Pete, Gerald, Francis, and all
Francis!
of the NYYU fam,
Francis!
guys. Uncle Dom here. Listen, I've been battling a little bit of a cold, but the show must go on, as you know, and the show is going on with the Yankees here, Pete.
Yes, sir.
All right, Plan B is starting to work out a little bit.
Got
I'm
work to
liking
do.
what I'm seeing. We got to close the deal, though.
Yes, sir.
Got some moves we still have to make. Another free agent signing, maybe. Maybe a little Suzuki. A little something.
Roki!
And maybe now that a couple of people are off the boards here, maybe Yandy Diaz hit deep to right. But Pete, we don't know who it's going to be. Could be anybody. Who's it going to be? You know, could it be Goldie? Who knows?
Could be.
Who could it be? Who can it be knocking at my door?
I knew it was coming.
Go
I
away.
knew it.
Don't come around here no more. Can't you see that it's late at night? I'm very tired, and I'm not feeling right. All I wish is to be alone.
Be alone.
Stay away.
Uh-huh.
Don't you invade my home.
I'm gonna
Best off if you hang outside. Don't come in.
Come on, get to the chorus.
Run and hide. Who can it be,
Be
now?
now. Meow, meow, meow,
Who can it be now?
meow, meow, meow.
Who can it be now? Who can it be now?
Ah!
Who can it be now? Whoa.
Here you go, Dom. Men at work, baby.
Who
Men
can it
at
be,
work.
Pete? And guys, I apologize. I'm struggling with the voice, but I'm trying, man.
I think it was
And
good.
the Yanks got to try a little harder.
I think it was fine.
And more. And more. Get the pieces. You never know. But guys, let's keep on keeping on. Love you all.
Yeah, man, I thought it was
Go.
good. Let's go. I thought it was good, Dom. Fuck, you know, cold, no cold. I think you're great. I thought it was fire. I don't care what anybody says. I liked it. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it. I like it a lot, damn it. That sounds good to me, baby. That sounded good to me. Whoa. Anyways, Gilbert Medina says, I say we hold on to Stroh till some team gets desperate for a starter during spring training. That's a possibility there. There's a possibility there. I mean, I think that's what the Yankees are doing. I really do. I think that's kind of what the Yankees are doing. When it comes to Marcus Stroman is there's no rush. You know what I mean? A player could get injured. A player could go down. A team could get a little desperate. And maybe if the Yankees don't get some, decent players back, maybe they could give away that salary and go just take it. And that could be better for the Yankees. So that might be something they're looking to do. We don't know. We got to wait and see, right? Wait and see. Wait till we find out. Let's keep it going.
Hey, Pete.
What's up, man?
I just want to say I'm glad the Yankees made a lot of the moves that they made early on because I think they could now put themselves in a position to, just kind of see if something maybe falls in their lap. I think Walker would have been a great fit. Obviously, he plays great defense. But again, looking at how much they have left, before they kind of start to creep up against that Cohen tax, you figure they probably trade Stroman. So with that money, I mean, Walker would have probably ate up a chunk of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the more I look at it, the more I actually like Carlos Santana. I mean, don't get me wrong, right? I would have been really happy if they would have gotten Walker, but looking at it, I think Santana makes a lot of sense. That, probably wouldn't cost much, and guy plays really good defense. Has some pop, doesn't really strike out a lot, walks. I mean, seems to do it all. So and that would probably give them maybe enough room to bring in another closer or whatever. So I got to give them, a lot of credit for,
Yeah.
After losing out on Soto, they stepped up and they made a lot of good moves, and
Yeah, so
give them a
far
lot
they
of credit
have.
for that. All right.
Yeah.
Take care.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, that's fair game to do. Obviously, the Yankees still got holes, but again, I think people got to be reminded here that it is December 20th. There's still a lot of offseason to go here and a lot of moves that could be made on behalf of the Yankees. But let's look at the players they've added. They've added Max Fried. They've added the Airbender. They've added Cody Bellinger. I mean, these are 3 really good players. These are 3 all-stars. The Yankees added 3 all-star caliber players to their club with Soto leaving. I mean, that's not too shabby. And yeah, we got holes, 150%. The Yankees got a problem they need to fill. But let me remind everybody on something that I've spoken about quite a bit. David Miser, brother, I got you on that super chat. But let me throw this up here real quick too, because I want to remind everybody of this, because I've done this all off season. I talked about this. The positions that are open were not amazing for the Yankees. Cody Bellinger is basically, I know people will say no, well, Jason Dominguez is. Okay, well, Jason Dominguez or Cody Bellinger, however you want to see that, we know nobody's making up Juan Soto's production. We understand that. But the main thing you want to be able to do there is the right field is Aaron Judge. He's the best in the game. We know that. You got to replace Alex Verdugo, who had one of the worst offensive productions in all of baseball. If Cody Bellinger and Jason Dominguez are slightly above average, team could be better. You look at first base, the Yankees got no production out of first base. Nothing. I think the last homer they hit was July. They got a very good chance with who's available to be much better offensively at first base and defensively at first base. We don't know what's going to happen at third or at second, but let's be real here. Third base before Jazz was a hole. Jazz is going to take one of those positions full time this year. Gleyber Torres showed up the last month and a half and in the ALDS and ALCS. You should be able to get better production there also. So the Yankees are in a position to get better. I know a lot of people trust me, I'm with you guys. That's why I got mad that time. The guys like, oh, Pete Simonetti saying, just get us average players, forget making better moves. Not at all. Not at all what I'm saying. I'm simply saying that the Yankees can improve overall and be a better team by making smart and creative moves that may not break their back. Now, would I love to see a deal that you go, wow, they traded those guys? Yeah, of course. Of course I would. How likely is it? I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. David Miser says, heard someone thinks Nick from Philly. I'm assuming Nick Castellanos. I say no, since they would be willing to trade him. Yeah, apparently he's been on the market, but yeah, I don't think that's the greatest fit for the Yankees. And Nick Castellanos right now, not a great outfielder as it is, and you got Judge in right field, who's, people forget, Judge is exceptional defensively in right field. That's his position. Luis Soto says hamstrung by bad contracts, paying Stroman $18 million, Rizzo $6 million, Hicks $9 million, DJ $15 million for basically nada. That's $50 million wasted, or Walker would be here. It's not much you could say about that, man. It's not much you could say about that. There is not much else you could say about that. It's a great point. That's a great point. It's true. That's a great super chat, man. That is a great super chat, man. It's so true. Frank Cortez says, hi, Pete. How do you feel about Wade for first base? Lamont Wade is what I'm assuming you're talking about. We just got done talking about him thanks to our good friend Lamont Wade Jr., Darius Glover, by the way, pointed him out. But you see the numbers there? Look, sneaky good move potentially, maybe. Wouldn't be against it if the Yankees made this type of move. I don't think he's a great defender. I don't think he's, exceptional as a offensive talent. But could be sneaky good. He could put up some sneaky good numbers for the Yankees. He could put up sneaky good numbers. There was somebody that just said something. Let me see. I want to go back to this. John Bazzini. Pete, why don't Japanese players want to come to the Yankees anymore? It seems like something or someone changed the attraction for players from Japan. No, John, I don't think it's anything like that at all. What I would say about that is, look, when guys like Hideki Matsui and all that stuff were coming here, the Dodgers weren't this phenomenal powerhouse of a club. They're super close to Japan as it is. And let's remember Hideo Nomo, he went to LA. You know, it's easier for Japanese players, Japanese stars for travel purposes. They're right there. It's not as far being in New York. But New York, of course, has a huge Japanese market. There's no denying that. Anytime there's been a Japanese star, whether it was a trade for Ichiro, Hideki Matsui, Masahiro Tanaka, Hideki Arabu, believe it or not. But he was a star when he came here. These guys, they get huge attractions in New York. And I think the Yankees have tried. I just think right now, look, let's be honest. I know people don't like hearing this. When it comes to Japan, when it comes to Kiyagawa was a pretty big player over there when he came here. But Shohei Ohtani is the greatest player ever to come out of Japan. And people don't recognize how popular he is in Japan. I think everybody probably knows, but I just don't know how much you really know. Like, to be able to say, I'm going to go play on the team that Shohei Ohtani played for, and they just won a World Series. The Dodgers are up there, man. They're up there right now. It's a great attraction. California got many, beautiful areas. A team that's winning, a team that spends a lot of money. So they're in a good spot to get some of these guys. So it's going to be interesting. Look, I think New York is a great attraction, though. I think New York's a great attraction. And a guy like Roki, man, wow. You talk about him coming out of nowhere, that would be phenomenal. David Miser says Lewis is correct. Luis is correct. Lois, Lulu. Correct by all that gone next year except DJ. So more money for Tucker next year. Yes, a lot of those guys do fall off the books for them, no doubt about that. Pete! This is from Vladdy P! What happened to Murakami last year? He was the guy to have. Now people say he's booty cheeks. I wouldn't go as far as saying he's booty cheeks. He just had a bit of a weight problem. I'm being 100% honest with you guys to the point that his team in Japan sat him down and said, you're not playing until you lose weight. And he was terrible at the beginning of the year. And he did lose weight, and he came back, and he was really good. I don't think his stock has really dropped a lot. I think he's still a very, very good player, but his conditioning has been a little bit of a concern. And that's kind of what was said last year. I talked about it during the year last year, but that was a little bit of a concern there. But Murakami could hit. You know that. I mean, if you saw him in the WBC, the guy got power to all fields. I mean, he hit a bomb to right, and then that game winner off of Mexico that he hit off the wall, the left center field. I believe that was in Miami. But he has it might have been Arizona or Miami. Miami, I think it was. Just hit a bomb. Easy. He got easy power to all fields. I could see why there's interest there. Does he concern me a little bit? Yeah. There's definitely some cons there, some red flags, no doubt about it. There's certainly some red flags when it comes to him. Let's keep it going. Yeah, no factor. Ooh. Sorry, guys, we put that back. My bad. My bad, guys.
Since the last all rise up and locked inside the chamber of madness, where time has no estimates No
Tell him, Mach.
sleep, no food, just ultimate maniacism. Right in the snake where it takes you to the frayed edges of your mind and the precipices of insanity. Don't freak out! And I stayed macho the entire time. Oh. And I saw the light at the end of time and space. Championship number 28. And right there was NYYU and the entire UWO standing together in the Canyon of Heroes. It's the greatest fan community that there ever is, was, or ever will be. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Macho King. Forever, never stopping. And
Love this man.
we're going the more I never possibly imagined.
My uncle.
Wildest dreams. Dig it. Oh, yeah. Moscow.
Oh, I tell you what, I love that Macho King like nobody's business.
Very competitive person, but I want to tell you something right now. I play to win. Don't degrade the champion at any time.
Oh, you don't degrade that champion. You don't degrade that champ at any damn time when Macho talks. You listen, baby. Because there's only one like him. There's only one like him, all right? You hear me?
That's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Yeah.
Pete, Gary.
Gary.
Watching your show now.
Okay.
And you're correct.
Okay.
Now all of a sudden Hal's worried about the luxury tax. You just lost Soto. I had a feeling he was going to fucking do this.
Oh, shit. He's pissed.
You know, what's $20 million? I mean, the guy's going to make $20 million in like 2 months without a ticket sold.
Not wrong.
I just don't understand this guy. One day he's all, I want to sign your boy, and next day he doesn't want to fucking spend a penny.
Well, I think it's
I just don't fucking get it. If you can fucking explain it to me, I'll listen to you. But I don't even know what to fucking say anymore.
Yeah, brother, I'll explain it to you very, very easily. One is Christian Walker, one is Juan Soto. There you go. Done. It's the best I got. I mean, that really is the best way I can explain it to you. You know, and this is why I tried to warn people about. Remember when Soto didn't sign and everybody said, "Oh, he could go spend that $760." And what did I say? On who? You want him to go spend that money on who? So that's your reason. I get it, man. Trust me, man. I'm right there with everybody. I understand. Everybody wants him to spend. I want to win like everybody else, but you do got to remember a little bit here, man. It's the people that you're spending on. Would I have liked Walker for 3 years, $60 million? Yeah, I mean, just his defense alone is overly important in my opinion. If he became just a 240 hitter with 20 homers, you accept that for that defense. I mean, I'm okay with that. And Deep Patel says, need a big name, but who's out there, brother? I'm right there with you. I want to see Cashman maybe do some magic, but I don't know. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. I don't know, man. It's tough. There's not much stuff out there, to be honest with you. So we'll see. My good friend Crackle Nuts says, isn't a burger better with cheese? Cashman needs to add that cheese to the burger. Bring in Bregman and Santana. I like her to do the cha-cha. What's up? Oh, I like it to do the cha-cha. I tell you that. I tell you what.
Yeah, what's up, Pete? What's up, NYY?
What's up, man? How you doing, brother?
This is from the Bronx, you heard?
What up, brother?
But listen, the trade that I would like to see, like, I like Diaz, but I don't think the Yankees want to pay,
Yandy.
3 or 4 prospects for him. But I would like to see him. I would like to see Diaz in the Yankees uniform.
Me too.
But, I'm going to put out a name out there. To be honest with you, I think we should try to at least, it may not happen, but you should at least try to go for McMahon. You know, try to entice the Rockies to maybe try to trade him to have him at third base, move Jazz to first, and we find somebody to play second. But I'm gonna shoot out another name real quick for you to play left field though.
Okay.
You know, what about what's his name? Profile, right? Joseph Profile, something like that. I know he's a free agent, but he's been playing well for the last few seasons. You know, with different teams, but he's playing good. I mean, like you could give him a shot at left field. You know, play Ben at first, see if we can find somebody for second. Trade for somebody for third, or trade for somebody for first. We'll see, but it's up to Brian. Brian is in charge. Brian got that hugging situation with the prospects and stuff like that. But remember, none of these prospects will really pan out. You don't know. It's been a while since any of them really have panned out, other than Judge, Well, and Luis Joe. But we'll see, bro. Much love. Take care. Respect.
Thank you, man. And look, I'm right there with you with Yandy Diaz. You know, Yandy Diaz is one of those guys for me that I forget a little bit about defense because the bat would be so valuable to the Yankees. So, you know, when I don't want anybody to say, Pete, yeah, but you say you value defense at first base. I do value defense at first base. I value defense at first base a lot. Yandy's not the greatest defender at first base. Not at all. He's not a butcher. You know what I mean? He's not Luke Voigt. You know, he's an athletic guy. He could definitely move. He has somewhat decent range. But I'm a big fan of Yandy Diaz because if you're able to add that type of bat, think about that 1-2-3. Yandy Diaz, Cody Bellinger, Aaron Judge. That's phenomenal. That's a phenomenal top three in your lineup. You got almost everything you need there. Remember one thing about Yandy Diaz too, folks. Yandy Diaz had 2 years in a row with over a 400 on base percentage. This is a really, really, really good player. And you bet your ass I would give up quite a bit to land Yandy Diaz. I would give up quite a bit to bring this guy to New York. He's just that type of player. I'd be all for that. I don't know. Again, do I know what it would take? If I had to guess, just because I know this for sure, because during the deadline last year, the Yankees did try to get Yandy Diaz. I could very well, I know Tampa wanted George Lombard. The Yankees do not want to move George Lombard at all. They really, really like him. And pay attention to the prospects that Tampa Bay likes in other teams' organizations. Because the one thing about Tampa that they do is, I know people, but they won't trade him to the Yankees. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. The one thing about Tampa Bay is if they want a prospect, they don't give a shit whose team it's from. They got a list of every team of their prospects they like. They do some of the best job in baseball with this. So when you hear they want George Lombard, there's a reason that they want George Lombard. No doubt about it. And I don't know if they would fall off of that, but the Yankees have been very unwilling to move Lombard. I think they'd move Roderick Arias before Lombard. I believe that. And I'm a huge Roderick Arias fan. I am a major, major Roderick Arias fan. No doubt about it. I love the player. I think he could really, really be phenomenal. Big, 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 big fan of him. But I don't know how else the Yankees can make that trade. Like, if you left it up to me, Pete Dombrowski, I'd strike a deal for Yandy Diaz because I want to win now. And I know Lombard has a great ceiling. He has a baseball background. I love Roderick Arias, and I would try to figure out a way to do a deal like that. Roman De Los Santos says, Pete, who do you think the Rays would want for Yandy? Well, I guess I kind of just answered that, didn't I? Because that's what they wanted last year, and they've had their eyes on George Lombard for a while. Steady. Crackle Nut says, spend $760 million on what? I spend my money on chicken Big Macs. Oh, do they still got chicken Big Macs out? I don't even know. Haktua Girls Only Fans, and a 7-Eleven Big Gulp. And I do love me some NYYU. Crackle Nuts, you are one of a kind, man. That dude is one of a friggin' kind. I tell you what, Crackle, I can't wait to see you in March. You son of a bitch, I can't wait to see you in March. Frank Cortez says, I think that these guys, Suarez or Abraham Toro, are good options for third base. These two. You know, Suarez is a guy, I want to say, I think he had a pretty big year for Arizona last year. Abraham Toro, Crackle Nuts, to be honest with you, brother, I don't really go to 7-Eleven. I did see the clip of Soto in the club, yeah. Yeah, I've seen the clip of Soto in the club. I've been to the club with them. Let's go to the next voicemail here. Let me do a refresh. Here we go.
What's going on, P? Jersey
Yo,
Sport.
what up?
What do you think about this move? The same package that the Yankees were offering Houston for Tucker, they could just offer that to Toronto. I think the only reason why Houston and the Yankees didn't make that move is because, you know, the animosity they had between each other, at least in Houston's part. But I think if they sent that same package, Luis Gil, whatever the case, Ben Rice, to Toronto, it's hard to believe that that Toronto would decline that for Vladdy. Tell me what you think.
Bro, that offer was never offered. I hear this so much. I don't know who's saying this stuff. Jack Curry and everybody shut that. That offer was never offered. The Yankees never offered Louis Hill, Ben Rice, this guy, that guy. That never happened. That never happened. And I know it's a pipe dream for Vladdy. At this point, that's all it is. That ain't going to happen either. If that ever happened, I fall off this fucking seat. But anybody saying about this, oh, well, the Yankees offered this, so just offer it, that never happened. Louis Hill's name was never involved. If Louis Hill's name was involved, he'd be a Yankee. If Ben Rice and these other top prospects were all involved in that deal, folks, be a Yankee. Never offered. It was never offered. Jack Curry also immediately came out and said there was never an offer of Louis Hill on the table. It just didn't happen. If there was, trust me, there wouldn't be a Yankee-Astro rivalry. The Astros are sitting back going, we won and you haven't. I don't give a shit. What rivalry?
The one and only Platano P.
What's up, my brother?
It's your boy Chris Silva once again, like the Lord for hashtag.
What's up, fam?
For the U, baby.
For the U, baby.
I mean, I agree
for
with
the
you,
U.
man, with the whole first baseman. We should get Carlos Santana, like you showed one time.
I like him.
For the numbers. He's a good defender. Doesn't matter the age and everything. But I was actually just looking at MLB.com. And another free agent first baseman that is really good, and I want to get your thoughts about it, Pete, is Josh Bell. I feel like he's a really good defender and a good hitter.
Yeah.
For what I've seen in the past. But want to know your thoughts, man. Love you, Pete.
Thank you, man.
Later.
You the man, brother. You the man. You the man. You the man. Yeah, I know about Josh Bell. I'll pull his numbers up right here. He hasn't been too good at first base. You know, a guy that's only 32 years old, big guy, no doubt about it, could put the ball out. He had 19 home runs last year, 249 average, 319 on base percentage, 405 slugging, 724 OPS. I mean, nobody available, and this is what you end up getting. I could see it then, but other than that, yeah, I don't think that's the route to take. I still think there's a lot of better options available for the Yankees. And, you know, like I said before, man, maybe it's not via free agency and people talking about, well, they gave 760, so give 760 else out to other people. And again, folks, there's just not sexy names out there to go make these deals with. I know it's hard to believe because everybody just wants the Yankees to play MLB The Show and just add all these star names, but I think maybe Cracklenut said it. A few other people said it today, but if you're able to get a Alex Bregman and a good first baseman, if that was the case, that's good. If you're able to get maybe a name we're not thinking of at third or second base, then you get a first baseman. I'm telling you guys right now, the Yankees lineup has a chance to be pretty formidable. And if Jason Dominguez plays to the level that people think he could play at and all this other stuff, this team got a chance to be a really good team. You know, I know everybody wants the star. Everybody wants the sexy player out there. I do too at times, but sometimes it's just not there and it's just not available. That's why we can sit back and go, who's available? We don't know. And that's why I also say maybe Cashman comes out of nowhere and make a deal that nobody saw coming. He's done this before. But that we know of, there's just not many of those names available. And that's the concern here. You might be better off at the deadline. And that sucks because I don't want to say that. You know what I mean? I don't want that to be the case. But you might be. You might be better off at the deadline. And I don't know, man. Another guy, if you guys remember me talking about this when the Soto deal was going down last year at the deadline, there was a name I talked about a lot that I would love to see the Yankees include in that deal, and you guys probably remember this. But and again, I don't know if he would be available right now. I know there was talks about him getting traded, but another name that I think is fairly decent that could make sense for the Yankees is Jay Cronenworth. I talked about him a shit ton during the possible trade of Juan Soto, if you guys remember. I kept saying if they get somebody included in there, maybe get a guy like Jay Cronenworth. I think he had a pretty solid year. I'll put his numbers up right here. I don't know if he's available. I know his contract was fairly decent. I got no idea, but hit 241 last year, 17 home runs, 577 at-bats, 324, 390 slugging only, not too sexy, and 714 OPS, also not too sexy. But, there's availability out there with players. You see a lot of that stuff up there out to right field, which is always nice for Yankee Stadium, but I don't know, man. Again, it's December 20th. Let Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner, their team, do their job, and we'll criticize it if we have to, but we'll also praise it. I hope to praise it. I hope that I'm sitting here going, you know what? I could fuck with this. I like this lineup. I like what the Yankees have done. I like the bullpen. I like the starting rotation. I think the Yankees are the best team in the American League. That's what I want to be saying, as we get ready for spring training and things like that. That's what I want to see. And again, man, you never know what Brian Cashman is working on. That's the one thing I can say about him. I just really hope we don't come back in a few weeks going, wow, what is this? Why? How did this happen? So hopefully that's not the case, and hopefully the Yankees do some good things. But ladies and gentlemen, next week is Merry, Merry Christmas time. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Christmas time, Halloween and Christmas. Weird old me, right? You could skip Thanksgiving. I don't give a poot. Halloween, Christmas, favorite time of year. There's nothing like it. I love October, November, December. Again, November, I really don't care. But Christmas time, my favorite time of year, man. I absolutely love it. Jira's gift is under the tree that you guys got her. The Discord family. A couple of you guys chipped in and got her a nice gift. So she'll be opening that pretty damn soon. A couple of days from now. But again, guys, I just want to thank all of you. If you guys really want to help us out for Christmas, you know what you could do? Tell your friends and family about NYU. Grab their phones and go, let me make you sub real quick. I want to have you sub real fast. Let me get you to sub to NYYU real quick. That's the best thing anybody can do for us. We got a super chat again. Big Sexy Yankee says, Cashman tends to surprise everyone and do 3-team trades. Imagine he does one of those where he gets Nate Lowe and Alec Bohm. That would be unbelievable. But who knows? We'll see what happens, guys. Of course, follow us on Instagram. We got a lot of stuff from the event. It wasn't a gala, but the donation event that we went to. The appreciation night for donors for Tunnels to Towers. That was really great. But guys, again, I will see you all again very, very soon. As you guys know, off-season time is NYYU time. We don't stop going live. I'm always going to be here hanging out with you guys. Somebody told me the other day, Pete, how do you go live? And a lot of it is just stuff that, you're kind of just repeating players' names and things like that. I say, look, man, I like to be present with this community. I enjoy being live. I enjoy seeing everybody. I enjoy talking because at the end of the day, truly, you know, for me at nighttime like this, you know, what am I going to do? I like to hang out with my people, and this is a community at the end of the day. It's not something that I just decide on popping on and, you know, I'll do this for 20 minutes and say see you later, or edit a video all day and post those. I like to be live. I like to talk to you guys live and have a good time, and based off the numbers recently, I think you guys like it too. So we'll keep doing it. Tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, I think we'll have a designated spitters. I got to double check with Francis. But you know, it is what it is. It's just a little quiet right now. Hopefully, if news breaks, you guys know we got you covered. But again, guys, much love to each and every one of you. Truly, truly do appreciate you guys. You are the friggin' best. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys a little bit later. Peace out, everybody. Talk to you soon.
Can't make a promise, but I do my best. 25 sitting on 25 racks. Just got started, no, we ain't done yet. But a new crib, that's a goddamn flex. Sign that check. Told them last year that I've been up next. Can't take calls, but I send that text. From way downtown, but it's shit still.